everyone, I've come on today because I'm really interested in the topic of women and supporting women. And this came up again because we've got a really excellent podcast guest coming on the show. She's called Lauren Taubes, and she's actually a seasoned business development specialist. And that's because she works for a company currently called Seventh Online. She's in the SaaS field. And the reason why it was quite relevant and really made me reflect is it's very unusual when you think about it that women ever sit down and discuss, did I ever decide what I wanted to be, what sector I would go into, and whether or not they would support me, particularly if I considered the possibility of having children. So Lauren was refreshingly candid and honest, and it was great to have a chat to her. And not only did we discuss her work, which is the fact that she's trying to make sure that companies that are in the fashion retail business get the right kind of data and analytics to support the process that they need to take an end-to-end sale through, so that it is as speedy as possible and delivered as rapidly with cost-effective means. But it was interesting that we also touched on what we both referred to as the Amazon effect, which is that influence that has come to bear through Amazon's gift, if you like, of its approach to business, and the fact that it has speeded things up so significantly that it's actually had a very real impact on a lot of businesses. Now, the third thing I think we found ourselves discussing was the process of, what do you do if you want to be able to have children? Because it actually becomes even more important that you're in a sector or the type of work that enables you to have your children without feeling deeply torn, very guilty, or very exhausted because your hours are so long. So there were 2 or 3 observations I think I'd like to make, and they came up at the time. Number one really is drive yourself, your career, your options, your choices towards things that you're most passionate about. So for her it was fashion, which she always knew she loved, and for me it's psychology, as you know. And I've always loved that. And I think when you do something that you're super passionate about, that at least means you set a natural boundary in there about what you most want, and you'll drive, as a high achiever, whatever it is that you can achieve within that space to the best of your ability and to the best of the limits of your potential. And I think the second thing, without a doubt, is choose a company within that sector that has a really great culture if you can, because the culture is the support network that you'll need. Because there's no doubt whatsoever, once you start having children, you clearly need to take time off, and then you need to feel that they've left that door open for you so critically that you're much loved and much wanted when you return. And I think the third thing is really important too. Consider getting some support through the transition of your journey, not about necessarily having children, but in your career, through a mentor or possibly a coach. Because do you know what? We don't know what we don't know in life. And it can really help to have another person whose experience that's gone ahead of yours can teach you lots of really great, useful stuff about the process of excelling within business. So, as some kind of conclusion, everyone, let's start talking, ladies. Let's start talking to these aspiring leaders who are coming up underneath us, and to our own female children, and talk and support and bring them on and help them feel they can do whatever they need to do, whatever they want to do, and we will be there for them. So I hope you'll enjoy listening to Lauren. She did a brilliant job. Take care, everyone. I'll be back on very soon.